Good morning, community. On behalf of Operation Rock and on behalf of the fight for injustice and racism, I am Clayton Howard here with another educational podcast into domestic violence as it pertains to victims who are violated by racist law enforcement systems and unethical prosecutors. People, I now launch my fight against Staten Island, New York, the community of people who have betrayed me, the community of people who have helped a lying woman, a lying offender, come after me for over 2 years for something that they all know I never did. People, bigotry, racism, and injustice is real, especially when you're a black man in today's society. People pretend like they are with the rights of minorities, males, and not even just black men. I'm talking about I'm not speaking about black men specifically. I'm speaking about all nationalities, whether they be white, black, whatever your nationality is, people. The biggest problem that we're having, that at least I'm having here, people, that I'm beginning to notice, is the fact that it just appears that this whole corrupt system is controlled by bigotry and racism. And it's really a problem. I had a mother who was really, really, really into the rights of innocent people. I mean, like this was her thing, people. My mom was really not about the game. She was one of those people who truly, truly, truly believed that the people in her community should know their rights, especially as it relates to prosecutorial systems like that on Staten Island. And I honestly believe that's what she truly wanted on Staten Island. She wanted to create a program for advocacy for individuals who, like myself, didn't know the law and who the prosecutors were manipulating through, overcharging them, trying to do things that the prosecutor knew would trying to do things that the prosecution basically knew would affect this person negatively so they would remain incarcerated or receive more time, etc. This is what my late mother was about, people. She was definitely one who believed in I'm sorry, I'm trying to create a QR code. She was definitely one who believed in the rights of innocent people and the rights of minorities. So it's ironic that considering what this young woman has done to me lying through her teeth, I have now been pushed in the position to fight for my mom. And people, I'm gonna do it, people, because I'm tired. It's not just about me; it's about other people. It's about other innocent minorities who may suffer the same thing that I suffered at the hands of a woman who's a pathological liar, and that is Francina Evans. People, I didn't want this. I never wanted this to happen. I just really wanted this woman to leave me alone. But I've learned now, people, that it's not about someone leaving you alone, people. That's not it. What it's really about, people, is these people in power being able to make someone like my ex happy and being able to protect their own messed up public relations. Because a lot of times when these people go on the line for someone like my ex, they're putting their reputations on the line. They're backing someone believing that this person is telling the truth. Now, the biggest disappointment they might have is when they find out that this person is lying because they've put their political positions and their reputation on the line for a person who's lying through their teeth, like my ex Francina Evans. Like my ex Francina Evans. But people, these people become unjust. How you spell? Okay. Yeah, actually, we're gonna go injustice. There we go. Injustice is a better word. So people, they put their reputations on the line for this young woman. And in doing so, and in putting their reputations on the line for her, what they ultimately, there we go. So people, that GoFundMe's up. I noticed something, people. People are willing to support negativity, but they won't support anything positive. See, people, the Evans family has taken a GoFundMe to fund the war of harassment against me, started by the coward and the punk that is Barton Evans. Now, Barton Evans claims he's protecting his little sister, people, but about 2 days ago, I played a recording where Barton Evans was definitively admitting that his sister was harassing the living hell out of me. So, people, that kind of lends to the credibility of Barton Evans, because if Barton Evans is telling the truth, if his sister is truly being harassed, why is he on tape admitting that his sister is an embarrassment and was lying through her teeth on her ex-boyfriend? I believe that's the question that truly needs to be asked here. Because if this guy is telling people that his sister was harassed. Yet he's on over an hour-long conversation where he's telling the man that's allegedly harassing his sister that his sister's a pathological liar and thief. People, we got a problem because that's fraud. That's manipulation. That's him trying to manipulate people now that his sister has lost to believe her as a victim, even though he himself knows she is not. I've been dealing with this lying, disgusting, unethical family people for almost 2 years. I've done everything in my power to keep the Evans people away from me. And it's sad, people, because the reason why this family is really pursuing me is because they are mad that Francina lost. And but considering she lost and her record is now like damaged and she's going through all this people, they don't want that. So what they've tried to do is team up on me collectively so they can lie through their teeth on me. People are tired, people. So this morning I'm gonna go back again and I'm gonna play some more. I'm gonna play some more for them because I'm tired of this. I need to stop. I'm fighting it all the time. This is the thing. It's not good, but it could be better. Now we break up and you want to lie and tell everybody I never did nothing. But niggas is calling me, telling me your sister's a cornball. They like, yo, this chick is lying. Didn't you take her and her grandmother on vacation? Yeah, I did. Why is she saying you a bum? I said, because she just mad I don't want to be with her. She look mad stupid. She look mad stupid. This shit is corny, bro. This shit is embarrassing, son. Like, I really wish I never met her. I'm fucking embarrassed, yo.
How do you think I feel?
I'm fucking embarrassed,
I
yo.
still gotta walk around. It's still my last name.
Like I gotta. Oh, how you think I feel? I still gotta walk around. It's my last name, people. That's Barton Evans, the one who created the GoFundMe page to harass me with his sister. See, people, you don't understand. This is why I challenge Barton Evans to a physical altercation or Matthew Evans. People, I'm tired of this manipulation. I'm tired of these black men trying to use racist police officers to harass the living hell out of me in conjunction with a racist prosecutor their sister is undoubtedly sleeping with. People, I'm tired of this. I do not deserve to have this lying scumbag girl who I broke up with over 2 years ago continue to lie on me by stealing my father's medical records, by stealing the domestic violence history of my mother to falsely position it as it's me to convince her community that I've done these things to make me look worse, to make her look better. People, this is wrong. People, Staten Island's District Attorney Michael McMahon is the most racist prosecutor in the state of New York. Michael McMahon has violated my rights for well over 4 years, people, starting with my false arrest and malicious prosecution for stealing a vehicle owned by Gwendolyn Carr, the lying scumbag mother of Eric Garner, who lied to police in the 120 and told them that her car had been stolen and by whom she did not know. People, I was able to produce 3 months worth of text of contact between myself and Gwendolyn Carr, where Gwendolyn Carr was admitting to taking payments. People, the Staten Island racist district attorney, the pockmarked lizard faced cracker bastard that is Michael McMahon, he continued to prosecute me, knowing that I had paid Gwendolyn Carr almost $2,000 for this car, that there were text messages where she was admitting to it, asking me for additional money after she had been paid, none of which she told the NYPD. But the racist idiot who is Michael McMahon, the unjust bastard that does nothing but try to set up your fathers and your children's who happen to be minority, but plays this sick political game, taking pictures with Muslims and blacks like he's really not a racist. People, Michael McMahon is a racist. Michael McMahon's office would never let off an innocent black man, never let off an innocent Hispanic man, never let off an innocent Asian people. This is their agenda to control and oppress minority men, people. Michael McMahon knew, and me and the gentleman who was arrested for stealing Gwen Carr's car did not do it. He waited till my mother died, people. He maliciously prosecuted me on the death of my mother, a woman who he knows, who got him, the low level county prosecutor he is, to meet Hillary Clinton. This guy lied. This guy allowed me to be harassed by the Evans family for over for Gwendolyn Carr for over 2 years, and then hit me with this ACD thing to protect their records. Because the truth of the matter is they knew I was grieving for my mother, and they knew they had no case because Gwen had lied and told them she never knew me. But I had 3 months worth of texts and receipts proving I paid her. People, the next defense came with Francina Evans. People, Francina Evans has violated the order of protection against her over 12 times. People, Francina Evans has never been prosecuted by a judge. She's never had to go back for an arraignment. People, she's never done this. And people, it's Michael McMahon's office, Staten Island, the racist, evil, devil district attorney who is backed by the Uncle Tom pastor of Mount Sinai Church, who is helping this girl harass the living hell out of me. People, you want to fund a war of harassment by the Evans family. But you won't fund a war of freedom and a war of knowledge by a man who's been through hell by the most racist prosecutor in the city of New York. People, Michael McMahon's office is the same office that wouldn't prosecute the cop who killed Eric Garner. People, Michael McMahon's office is the same office that won't prosecute half of who falsified drug arrests on innocent young black men who are put in positions to sell drugs because the oppressive law enforcement system of Staten Island has created this whole drug environment on Staten Island. The law enforcement system of Staten Island has oppressed the communities for since the inception of law enforcement on Staten Island. The problem is when it's controlled by a racist who doesn't care about the minorities of the community, who wants to play the political game of not looking like a racist when truthfully he's a member of the Ku Klux Klan. This is what I believe of Michael McMahon because no just, ethical man would violate his position to protect a woman just because he's a racist and doesn't like black men. See, people, Michael McMahon knows that Francine is guilty. He knows it. His prosecutor, Darren Albanese is the head of criminal. People, Darren Albanese emailed my attorney telling us that they believed Francina was lying. People, why hasn't Francina been charged with false reports if the head of criminal prosecution, I have an email from him, people, the head of criminal prosecution of Staten Island is telling my attorney that Francina Evans lied on me and she needs to be prosecuted. People, it's been 6 months. They haven't prosecuted Francina yet. People, I'm going to tell you why they won't prosecute Francina, because Staten Island made Francina victim of the week. They honored her. They allowed her to be the guest speaker for St. John's University last year. They walked with her through the streets streaming, breaking up is not a crime. People, and the entire movement is a freaking lie, people. But these people now want to turn on an innocent black man who can expose them for supporting the false movement and the liar who is Francina Evans. People, it's not the fault of Clayton Howard that Francine is a liar. It's not the fault of Clayton Howard that Pastor Brown went and actually allowed this to happen. People, that's not Clayton Howard's fault. That's Pastor Brown's fault. Because, see, Pastor Brown is a man of importance and position. What Pastor Brown should have actually done was look at both sides of the story. But considering he knew that I knew the truth about him, of how he had dogged out his first wife and stolen from his church. People, do you notice I've said this about Victor Brown for about a year and nothing has happened to me? People, it's not because Victor Brown likes me and he's looking out for me. People, he has been backing Francina lying through her teeth on me. People, why am I calling Pastor Brown a wife cheater and a thief? And Pastor Brown is helping Francina, but won't do anything to shut me up. I'm going to leave y'all with that for a second. Why is Pastor Victor Brown allowing me to say the things that I've been saying for 6 months while he's quietly helping Francina behind the scenes get out of illegal arrest and file false reports on me, people? Why is that? I'm going to tell you why, because this pastor is corrupt, and this pastor's corruption is so severe, people, that what he's going to do, because he's a snake and Uncle Tom and a betrayer of his own community, he's going to smile and tell you people that God is real and about forgiveness. But the truth is, he has a meeting with the devil, who is the district attorney, and they try to do everything they can to keep the egg off their face by keeping Francina Evans out of jail. People, I made a video. There's a website that proves she stole my father's 50H transcript to falsely position it as it was me and convince people that I was a schizophrenic. People, she has it on dozens of court documents that she found out I'm a diagnosed schizophrenic. People, she never found out I was a diagnosed schizophrenic. She lied, stole the medical records of my father, and started posting them to social media under a series saying she dated a diagnosed schizophrenic. People, I broke up with a pathological liar. I broke up with a girl who doesn't like to clean her vagina, so it was musty, and I broke up with her. And she got mad because she's not really the person that people think, people. She's dirty. She's nasty. She don't like to clean herself. She has no sexual swag, and she's a pathological liar, people. She's horrible in bed. But these were all things that I dealt with because I believed that this woman could be better than she was, until she smacked my 8-month-old daughter, and I saw the truth. That this woman is a pathological liar who will never be anything but the garbage raised by her mother and grandmother. See, people, you don't know my ex-girlfriend. I know her. I know her family. She's raised by 2 generations of women who have done nothing but stalk, harass, and lie on men using the court system. This is what happened. Everyone wants to turn on me. People, there's a website. That website is called FrancinaEvans.com. People, that website tells you the definitive truth of what happened with Francina Evans. People, Francina Evans was not lied on, people. She was not, I'm sorry, she was not lied on. People, she was not betrayed. She was not any of that. People, nothing happened to this girl other than her getting her heart broke because her ex-boyfriend broke up. That was it. People, once I broke up with her, once I no longer wanted to deal with just the BS that was the Evans family, people, I became public enemy number one. These people hated me. They hated me, people. Once I became, what happened to my thing? Oh, I can't believe I just did that. That was stupid. People, once I became the man who they could not do anything to, people. This is why all of this happened to me, people. This is why I am truly going through what I'm going through. I'm not going through this. I'm not going through this because people think that I'm a liar. No, people, I'm going through this because people like my pretty ex-girlfriend and guys want to sleep with us. So because guys want to sleep with my pretty ex-girlfriend, people, do you know what happens to me? I'm unfortunately the guy who has to suffer. I have to continue to be harassed, people. I have to continue to be lied on. This woman gets the ability to continue to lie on me, continue to file cases, continue to file litigation, hoping that something works, people. That's what these prosecutors and law enforcement officials are doing by allowing this woman to harass me. They're hoping I'll lose my temper enough that I do something that she wins the case. But people, I've disappointed them. I've done nothing. I've stayed away from Francine. I don't talk to her. I can't stand her family, her punk ass brothers, and her dusty mother and grandmother. And people, you might not like it because they're women, but don't judge me out of sexism because I don't like women who have actually done horrible things to me. People, the things I say about the Evans family are true. They did these things to me. People, they've been lying on me for 2 or 3 years for Francine, a woman I want nothing to do with. And if you choose to believe, if you people out there really, really, really think, if you think that her doing this makes her, I don't know. If you think her doing this makes her righteous to some extent, makes her a offender, makes her a survivor, people, she's not a survivor. In order to be a survivor, you have to actually be victimized. People, Francina wasn't victimized. She's the one doing the victimization. She's the one stealing. She's the one filing abusive litigation. People, it's not me. As much as you may want to believe it's not me, people, it's not me. It's Francina Evans, and she's doing this because she knows something that's the truth. She knows that everyone here is going on her. People, if you look at the girl's page, you can see exactly what's going on, people. If you really look at the page of Francina Evans, you see exactly what's going on, people. She does this, she uses her beauty. People, she's trying to manipulate you to think she's a better person outside than she really is inside. People, this girl is a lying piece of shit. Excuse my language. She was raised by liars. This is why she's a liar. People, how does Clayton Howard, how do I, Clayton Howard, have a recording of this woman's brother saying the things he's saying if I'm so much of a liar? People, I'm a liar. But this is this woman's brother talking about her. But I'm a liar. People, how am I a liar if this woman's brother is talking all of the stuff about her that I am saying? People, here's the truth. I can't be a liar if this woman's own brother is on tape admitting to the things she did to me. People, I'm not a liar. You know what I'm saying? But the cops ain't dumb. They know she did that. But years old. Your sister's 32, 33 years old. Don't you want to be a woman? Like, you want to be up under your mother and your grandmother your whole life with them dictating everything you do? Like, I got these recordings, the recordings, she crying on the recordings. My lawyer's like, this chick is a fucking retard. Like, she really wants to go to court, and you have this shit with her talking about her own mother and grandmother. Like,
so how you think I feel? Like, I already know that. How you think this shit is retarded?
Like, she's not. People, you heard that? Breton said he already knows that. You know why Breton Evans already knew that? Barton Evans? Because Barton Evans knew I had the recordings on Francina. He knew all of this, people. This is what I'm telling you. This family is nothing but pathological liars. And for you to help them and support them, the only thing you're helping them do is harass an innocent man. This is Barton Evans. This is the man who created the GoFundMe page that the Evans family is funding because they're mad I'm embarrassing their family name. Here's the truth, people. The one embarrassing their family name is their family member, Francina Evans. She's the one lying. She's the one screaming this stuff that never happened, people. Why is everyone so obsessed with this woman and not willing to accept the truth that she's a pathological liar? What is wrong, people? There's an entire website where the girl's voice is up there admitting I never touched her, but there is still people trying to help this girl stalk the living shit out of me. This is crazy. You know what I want to do? I actually want to, let's check the status of that GoFundMe page, people. Let's check the status of that GoFundMe page. Because people are still donating. That's how much people hate me. They're donating to this girl's charity, hoping that she can get revenge on me. This is sick. This is sick, people, but it's all good because I ain't going to trip on it. They're defending this girl, hoping she can get revenge on me. People, she got $600, people. People still giving Francine and her punk-ass brother money to harass me. Now, people, I'm just playing you a recording. I'm playing you a recording of the woman who's doing this to me. Look at all of these people who are doing this. They're helping this girl harass the living shit out of me, people. Because the truth is, people are mad that I won this case against her. People, I won the case. Look at all these sick. Look, hold on. Anonymous, Jessica Mercado, Macy, Naima, Jacqueline, Anonymous, Brittany, Madeline, Laura, Jocelyn, Jenna, Andrew. People, these are all people who don't know the truth that Francine is a pathological liar who is lying through her teeth. They are supporting a woman who is lying on a man who has multiple orders of protection on her, people. What the fuck is going on here, people? This is her brother. This is the same coward brother right here, Bretton Evans. People, look at this. This is the coward brother who is on this recording right here. Hold on a second, people. This is insane. This worried about what your mother and grandmother's going to think after they hear the shit she said about them on the tape. Your sister talked shit about them on the tape. How they was harassing her, how they was lonely, how they would never let her leave her life, how your mother always did this. Your mother was pathetic with that. Your sister talked a lot of shit about your mother on the tapes. She's not thinking. Like, I don't understand why she would even. I don't want to embarrass your family like this. My nigga, I want this shit to stop, bro. Until she sent me that message 2 weeks ago trying to say she bought the dog and it was a year since she bought the dog. Right, and I can show it to you. She sent me a message on Instagram. I already know. With like a reel of how she bought the dog that. People, why am I on the phone with the eldest brother of my stalker ex-girlfriend who is admitting that she was stalking me and she robbed me, people? Why is there a recording with Bretton Evans, the brother of Francina Evans, admitting that she lied on me and that she robbed me, people? Why are people helping this girl who her oldest brother, who is on this GoFundMe page, is on fucking tape, admitting that she lied on me, people? This is the sick part. This is Staten Island. See, people, I'm going to tell you where I come from. I come from a community of fake black men, fake black women, Uncle Toms, and racist people. See, people, they don't want to support me because as the black man I am, the black men are afraid of me because they're freaking cowards. That's just the truth. The white men don't like me because I happen to be a reminder of what's truly now that they can't talk to me like they used to. And people, this is my problem. My problem is I am being pursued by unjust, unethical, racist on Staten Island. People, there is no way this girl should have this much protection with audio recordings of her and her family admitting they lied on me, people. This is the problem I'm having. No one will stop this family. Everyone sits back and wants to pretend like this. People, I'm going to tell you something. People is acting like they don't want to speak to me because I was using profanity. People, if I hadn't used profanity, I still wouldn't have no help. I'm 100% positive that if I had never got on this podcast and used one word of profanity and had spoken like a proper gentleman and nice and begged people for help, nobody would have stepped up and helped me still. Do you know why? Because Francine is the prettier offender that's better connected. So people, in order to protect their political careers and the careers of the things they want to do on Staten Island, they have completely ignored my rights and pretend and continue to support Francina. The liar who has a conviction against her, the liar who just got arrested, the liar who there is evidence that she is doing all the things I'm saying. People, she keeps getting off on it. People, they keep letting this girl off because they want physical violence. They want me to hurt her because they know what she's doing to me. They know how frustrated I am. They know that they will not do anything to this girl. That fucking racist prosecutor, Michael McMahon, every time Francina does something to me and he gets her off, he sits his racist ass in his office and laughs through his teeth, people. And so does that bald head, wife cheating thief, Victor Brown. They laugh every time they get this girl off. And people, I need help to expose these bastards in the public and bring them before a court so I can stop the racism that has oppressed not only me, but hundreds, if not thousands of black men on Staten Island for decades. People, I'm not the only man on Staten Island who's been falsely arrested and set up. People, this is what Staten Island is known for. People, I'm not the only man that Victor Brown has lied on and tried to discredit. People, this is what Victor Brown is known for. People, I'm not the only man that the detective squad from the 120 has set up with bullshit cases to have him arrested and overcharged. People, this is what Staten Island is known for. I'm gonna help y'all out real quick because I feel like being this. We don't need to hear Barton. People, I'm gonna show you how much I'm gonna prove to you Staten Island set me up. Watch this. Let me see if I can find this thing real quick. I don't want to hold y'all too long. But I'm going to show you something, people, because if you see what I'm talking about, you'll understand, people. Staten Island is dirty. Staten Island is dirty, people. It's controlled by dirty people who don't care about the rights of people. All they care about, people, is trying to shit on the tower. me see. Let me see if I can pull this thing up, people. That's really weird because I did save it under something. I don't remember though. That's the only problem. Don't you hate when you do that? Okay, hold on a second, people. Let me find this real quick because I can't be too long with this FRO. FRO. I should have had this prepared. I like to be prepared, people, but I'm not today. Forgive me. I just want to show this because this is something that kind of needs to be seen. People, I've been dealing with this forever, bro. I've been dealing with this. I have been dealing with this lying woman so long. People, I'm tired. This is not right. This is wrong, people. This girl should not be allowed to keep coming after me. Like it has to stop. There's no way that this should keep going on. With this girl continuing to lie, continuing to do all the stuff she doing and get away with it. Absolutely not, people. So yeah, I fight every day. I talk about it every day, people. I keep this moving because I can't stop it. So the only way I can honestly stop it is through advocacy, people, and through doing the right thing. So here I am, people. This is the police report taken on December 5th against Francina Evans, 2002, where she accused me of filing, here we go, that I had been making false reports, that I did make numerous false reports, knowing the information circulated was false and baseless. Furthermore, I made threats saying if I can't have her, no one can. Now, people, that is the most generic fucking lie someone can tell the cops to get a guy arrested. But on Staten Island, it was enough. With no proof, this racist bastard Joseph Quirk arrested me. So now, people, this is Francina's complaint. The cops make a criminal complaint based off what you write on this paper. So as you can see, Francina's only thing was stating that I had been making false reports. She accused me of making false reports, and they had charged me with harassment and threats, right? So let's go to her actual statement that she wrote out on the domestic incident report, people. P1 states that P2 did make numerous false reports, knowing the information circulated was false and baseless. Furthermore, P2 said that, see, this is these racist fucking bastards on Staten Island. Because people, I had just won a trial against her, so they can't arrest me for charges won in another state, people. But Staten Island, the racist officer Cahill, racist officer Quirk, they did this to me, people. Now, here's the funny part. Here's what you really need to see. Now, you see, that was Francina's statement. Her only statement was that I had been making false reports on her that was baseless, right? Now, people, that wasn't enough. Staten Island couldn't actually put that on the paper because it happened in New Jersey, and that's illegal. So what this racist cop Joseph Quirk did, Joseph Quirk of the 120, the racist bastard who had me arrested for a crime I didn't commit, is he wrote this complaint up. Is this it? Yeah. So, people, this is the complaint of Joseph Quirk. Detective Joseph Quirk, Shield 347 or 431, deposes and says, on the dates and times listed below in the county of Richmond County State, the defendant committed the offense of aggravated harassment in the second degree, people stalking and harassment in the second degree. This is how Staten Island and New York State tries to charge people with cyber harassment because they don't have a statute like New Jersey that can criminally charge you for harassing the shit on someone. The truth is, Francina's been harassing me. They've ignored all her content, and they tried to use my videos to arrest me. This is what happened. In that the defendant did with the intent to harass another person, communicate anonymously. People, I ain't never communicated anonymously with that bitch. I want her to know it's me because I want her to leave me alone. Or otherwise by telephone or by computer or any other electronic means or by mail or by transmitting or delivering any other form of communication, a threat to cause physical harm. People, where did I cause physical harm to Francina? None. This fucking racist bastard, he's going to pay. Oh my people, every time I read this stuff, I get upset. Because these people on Staten Island, these officers, these dirty racist bastards, this is what they do to innocent minorities. They falsify reports. They create documents like this to get innocent men like me prosecuted and arrested, knowing that the statements of lying defendants lying victims like Francina Evans are 100% false. People, this lying racist bastard Joseph Quirk, he knew that Francina got convicted December 1st. He knew that she was convicted for harassment and burglary. People, he knew my charges weren't false. He knew she had been convicted and indicted in Essex County. But Joseph Quirk told me himself on the phone when I spoke to him, he didn't care. He just wanted to arrest me for harassing this beautiful girl. Man, Joseph Quirk, you can suck my dick. I hope you see this broadcast. You are a racist piece of shit. And I hope when your son becomes of age, when your daughter becomes of age, that somebody violates them the way you violated me. You are a disgusting excuse for a human being, you racist unethical cop. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure every officer in that precinct who lied on me, who filed false reports like this for that scumbag liar who is Francina Evans, that they are held to account. People, this was wrong. This man created an entirely fictitious criminal complaint on me based off a complaint that doesn't even say what he's writing right now. Let me finish. Criminal procedure law. The actor knows or reasonably should know that such communication will cause such a person to reasonably fear harm to such person's physical safety or property. Bitch, she had my property, people. She had my property. This guy arrested me for this girl stealing my property and being charged for it. How fucking crazy is that, people? I'm sorry. I just got so mad, people. I'm sorry. Or to the physical safety or property of a member of such person's same household or family, intentionally or for no legitimate purpose. No legitimate purpose. People, she fucking robbed me and she had been criminally indicted for harassment and burglary. People, she had just been convicted of an order of protection. But this small dick, lying, racist ass detective is sitting here writing a statement like this. That is a complete lie. People, that's why my charges were dismissed. Because this guy lied through his teeth for the musty pussy girl who is Francina, the pathological liar with bad breath and horrible acne. This is what they lied for. Let's keep going. Okay, intentionally or for no legitimate purpose did engage in such a course of conduct directed at a specific person and knows or reasonably should know that such conduct causes material harm to the mental or emotional health of the person. People, Francine is fucking crazy. Anything causes emotional harm to her. She's a pathological liar, but everyone cares about the emotional well-being of the girl who's been lying on him, who robbed a man, who used his dead mother to embarrass him. Everyone cares about her emotional well-being, but no one cares about mine, people. You know why? Because these Uncle Toms, these sellouts on Staten Island, they don't care nothing about the rights of black men, the feelings of black men. People, I'm a human being with feelings. I found my mother dead on the floor. This girl steals my mother's information. The lion say I had an abusive relationship with my mother, and that's okay. There are people on Staten Island who think this girl is righteous when she stole the medical records of a dead woman because she was mad that this case got dismissed. And people, this is why this case got dismissed. The opponent is informed by Francina Evans that on March 18th of 2002, the defendant sent a message stating in the summons, "I'm going to show you true pain and I'm going to put your naked pictures online," causing the informant to suffer fear for her physical safety as well as annoyance. Now, people, look at the date of that. That's March 18th. People, Francina Evans didn't have an order of protection on me until May 19th of 2002. That's 3 months before this order of protection. People, by New York procedural law, you cannot charge someone with an offense for a violation of an order of protection that happened before the order of protection was even petitioned and created. People, but Joseph Quirk did it, and you know what? Michael McMahon's office tried to convince me to cop out to this bullshit case, people. They knew they had no case on me. But this is the true power of corruption and that piece of shit Michael McMahon's office, who sets up innocent minorities the same way. See, this is the play, people. They're all connected on Staten Island. The cops line you up for the prosecutors. The prosecutors are the devils that will sit there, lock you out as the victim, and try to charge you with whatever if you're stupid and too broke to fight them. And that's what they thought with me. See, people, Francina might be after me and I might be broke, but the problem with these racist bastards is that I ain't stupid. And I ain't going to let them do to me what they do. The opponent is further informed that the defendant engaged in a course of cyber conduct on June, directed at the defendant on June, causing the informant's emotional harm on June 16th and July 8th. The defendant posted multiple phases. Now, people, do you know what happened on July 8th? Yo, these fucking people is dirty, people. Yo, these white people is dirty. People, let me show you what really happened on July 8th. People, July 8th, I didn't threaten Francina. For July 8th, I went to court with Francina. And people, do you know what happened July 8th in court with me and Francina Evans? I'm going to tell you. People, July 8th in court, in Essex County Court, Francina was ordered to return the judge. Francina was ordered to return the dog in the July 8th, 2020, I believe it's 2022 hearing. Francina Evans was ordered to return the dog she stole. People, oh, here it goes. Perfect. People, this is what happened to me really July 8th. Now, see, that cop wrote that statement. People, this is what really happened July 8th. As you can see, let me blow it up. Because, see, people, I keep being called a liar by the scumbag, punk-ass brothers who are the Evans brothers. People, if you can't see that, this is what really happened July 8th. July 8th, parties must be provided to the dog must be provided to the party to make arrangements for transfer through the 123 precinct in New York. People, this is what happened July 8th. This is all that happened July 8th. People, I had no contact with July 8th, but people, that cop Use the time period from the time that I got the dog back from when she was denying the order of protection till I got the dog back to charge me with harassment. When there was a freaking order in place for Francine to return my property. People, there are 17 police reports of the 123 precinct escorting me to the home of Francina Evans. People, I never contacted her, but this is what this unethical lying cop did. People, I was charged with all these offenses I never did because Staten Island wanted to back the biggest pathological liar in the history of domestic violence on Staten Island. This is what this girl did to me. Now, people, we know Michael McMahon. We know the true injustice behind that office. People, you treat Gwendolyn Carr so well. Do you not remember that this detective killed her son in Michael McMahon's office? The Staten Island DA would not prosecute that cop. They wouldn't do that, people. They arrest, they beat, they persecute innocent minorities every day on Staten Island. They don't give them justice. You know what they do, people? They try to force them out with adjudicated dismissals, and they never give the black men their rights. They never give the minorities the right of a clear name when they falsely arrest you and prosecute you for something you never did. People, I was set up by the Staten Island 120 precinct for Francina Evans, a convicted liar, convicted 4 days before her complaint of harassment and burglary towards me. People, I was further set up by her again after her brother tried to fight me in open court and then realized that he was a coward going to get his ass whooped. People, they walked down the block to the 120 with absolutely no proof. With 30 cameras in the courthouse, people, the racist detectives of the 120 with such a small dick hard on me, because you know these little white bastards got little dicks. So they got such a hard on for this strong black man. They didn't even bother to check the security footage around the courthouse, people. No, they immediately came into court and arrested me. They didn't even care that there was security camera footage that would have vindicated me, people. But thank God I had money for an attorney that day. My attorney spends all day calling these bastards, threatening lawsuits and litigation if they don't pull that CCTV video, because the detective lied and said he did. But people, once my lawyer got him to pull that detective, they come downstairs, oh, Mr. Howard, you're out of here. They don't even apologize, these small dick, racist, faggot-ass cops in that precinct. Excuse my language. They don't even give me the respect of a man to apologize to me for what they did. They just said, oh, you're free to go. No apology, right? Man, listen, I didn't make the report. Man, De Palma, you could suck my dick. You a piece of shit. Excuse my language, people. So now, people, I get out of the precinct on November 17th. People, I got a bunch of proof from my attorney that Francina filed the false report. I filed that document for the false report filed by Francina Evans. People, guess what happens? That report disappears. It is 7 months later. The 120 precinct doesn't know what happened to that report. People, a month later, we file another report for the false arrest of May 16th, where the NYPD is being sued for $5 million. People, guess what? The district attorney's office declined to prosecute, even though they dismissed the case because they got a transcript that proved Francina lied through her teeth and every charge she was convicted of was verified by evidence with a judge. It was not baseless. It was completely merited, and she was legally convicted. People, you think Staten Island to clean up their image, charge Francina? No. They can't charge Francina Evans, people, because they honored Francina as National Victims' Right Victim of the Year. They can't honor Francina because they allowed her to get on stage to St. John's University and lie through her teeth on me. People, they're trying to isolate me. They're trying to silence me because they know the embarrassment I'm going to cause this office when I'm finally able to expose the psycho liar who is Francina Evans. And people, I'm going to do. See, people, for 3 years, the Richmond County DA's office has been trying to build a case on me for something. People, they need my black ass arrested for something. They need me to shut up. They need me to stop exposing the corruption, the lies, the bigotry of this office, the unholy connections with unethical, lying thief pastors like Victor Brown, who sell out members of his own community to get a couple notches or get a grand under his belt. People, God blesses places that are open to truth, with honesty, and with the intent to do the right thing for the people. Victor Brown opened a domestic violence center, open and basically honored by a liar, a woman who used the opening, who used the holy church investiture of his pulpit to tell you that Reverend Howard, who preached in that church hundreds of times, had an order of protection against our son. People, that was a complete lie, people. She also told you that I was a diagnosed schizophrenic. Again, people, that was a complete lie. This woman told, hoping that she could convince more people that I was a more horrible person than she had already painted me so she could gain more support, people. This is what's going on me. This is what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with a sick liar who won't stop lying, people. And because law enforcement won't do the right thing without lawsuits and civil complaints and grievances, they won't do the right thing to this black woman because they want to oppress a black man. People, this is my fight. People, I got people in my community, and I'm gonna say names like Neil Burry, Robert Perkins. These are all men who claim to be advocates for black male justice. But guess what, people? Because the DA's office is after me, because the racist institution and the Uncle Toms who are stronger than them are against me, people, none of these people will support me. They support me in private, but they won't step out in public and say, you know something, brother, this needs to stop. This girl is on tape admitting she lied on you. The brothers is on tape admitting she's a liar. When is this gonna stop? You know something? You need to leave this man alone. People, no one said this to Francina yet. They see Francina and say, hey Francina, you okay? Because they all care about her emotional health. But no one cares about the emotional about her for the black man who found his mother dead on the floor, who has literally been harassed and totally disrespected by this family, who this mother has cursed out the mother of my mother. No one cares about my emotional health, but they all care about Francina. People, they say a wise man will be hated most in where he comes from, people, and I have learned that that is a true statement. People, a wise man is always hated where he comes from the most. So, people, I have decided to reach past my community, to reach out of the cesspool and the snake filled cesspool that is Staten Island and reach everywhere else, people. The problem that I'm having on Staten Island is not singular. Black men face problems like this and throughout every neighborhood in the country, where racism, where bigotry, where unethical conduct controls the prosecutorial processes that punish minority men. And people, this is the point of the GoFundMe you see right here. People, we got to stop this. We have to collectively find a way to put people like Michael McMahon on blast for the things he's done. People, there's no way Francina should have 12 active contempt arrests and never been prosecuted. People, there's nowhere they should be in 11 internal affairs investigations into the 120 and not one of them has been solved yet. People, this is what they do. They bury you in paperwork and they refuse to process your paperwork, hoping that time will go by so long they won't have to. People, they hope with the wrong motherfucker. Excuse my language. People, I'm tired of my rights being violated. I'm tired of this woman being allowed to stalk me when I have orders of protection and recordings admitting to everything she's doing to me. People, I'm tired. You can support Francina with $20 here, $20 there, and she's a convicted liar. You can also support me fighting racism that I am proving against actions that I am proving is true. People, Francina's manipulating information to help make you believe. People, she took the records of my father and created a 15-part series called Breaking Up with a Diagnosed Schizophrenic. People, I've never been a diagnosed schizophrenic. People, she took the domestic violence records of my mother to convince you that I beat my mother and my mother had an order of protection against me. People, that never happened. People, she did lie to her family about my daughter. And when I found out and broke up with her, she did rob my house. People, I proved all of this with solid physical evidence. People, her family was jealous of the fact she was spending so much time with me. I've let you hear a 30-minute recording of her grandmother admitting to such. People, her coward ass brother, the one who claims to be so much of a supporter of his sister, is on tape admitting that his sister's a pathological liar who robbed me and is an embarrassment to their family name. People, how much more do I need to prove? How much more do I need to show to get one ethical person to stand up and stand with me against Michael McMahon? People, Michael McMahon ain't God. He's a racist cracker who we put in office. We elected Michael McMahon thinking he was going to do the right thing. People, and he never has. He's always played the political game, taking pictures with Muslims and Chinese people and Jews. But the truth is, he don't look out for you when you go to court. He prosecutes you. The only people he looks out for is young Caucasian people when they go into that court. Young black people, 3 to 6. Young black people, ACD probation. People, they're not dismissing your charges when they know you innocent on Staten Island. No, people, they're trying to force you into conviction if you're minority people. That's what that office is about. People, there's a prosecutor. I think her name was Gabriella Giavazza. She was the prosecutor working with Francina Evans. People, I actually saw this woman. I think it was Thursday, filing in 1978 in the Supreme Court of Richmond County. And this woman sees me and smirks and get in the elevator. So I saw it. I just laughed. I say, "Yeah, I know who you are too." And I see your fat ass in court. But I don't think she heard me, people. People, this is sick, people. You get these and I don't even want to say it like that, people, because it's really sad. You get these white women who work in these positions who truthfully have problems with black men anyway. And what they want to do is just prosecute you. People, I had a prosecutor who was sworn to protect me, who was sworn to help me, who literally, I have 300 text messages where she's lying through her teeth to me, people. The second this woman realized that I was intelligent enough to get her ass fired, she lied through her teeth on me, people. This is what they do to us, people. This is the true power of law enforcement in New York City. People is controlled by bigots and racists. This is the truth, people. And to ignore it is to ignore it, people, is to bring about your own destruction. You can ignore me all you want. You can think the things I'm saying are baseless or that I'm ranting or that I'm always ranting. I'll admit, people, my broadcasts weren't as structured as they were now, but people, there's a point to this. And people, the point is we need to fight racism and injustice in these prosecutorial offices. People, it doesn't only happen to me. There are thousands of men and women who are lied on every year by offenders like Francina Evans, who are able to manipulate law enforcement to ignore the rights of the true victim, which is the person that was lied on. People, how is it possible that I was arrested for filing false reports in another state where a woman was convicted and I was arrested on Staten Island? People, this woman was charged in New Jersey. I never filed these reports in Staten Island. People, I wasn't arrested for filing a report in New York. I was arrested for filing reports in New Jersey. How the fuck is that possible? How can you get arrested for filing a false report in another state? People, in order to have someone arrested for a false report, you have to file that report in the precinct the report was issued. You can't go. People, you can't. Somebody can't lie on you in Texas, and you file a report in New York, and New York put a warrant out for them in Texas. But this is what Staten Island did for me, people. This is what Staten Island did. Staten Island charged me with false reporting for reporting a woman for robbing me in the state of New Jersey. People, how the hell is this officer ethical? How could you sit here knowing that they do things like this and everybody stay quiet? Where are the true black male advocates, people? I'll tell you where they at. They hide it because the white man's after Clayton Howard. That's what they are. They sell out to the people. And if you go to their rallies, if you support these brothers knowing that they sit back and let DAs lie on innocent black men, people, you ain't about that life. But I am. And people, I'm going to spend every ounce and every dime and every ounce and every just faction of focus I have in fighting the Staten Island district attorney, because that man is a racist who needs to be removed from power. People, he's interfering in the prosecution of a woman who was convicted for harassment and burglary. He's done it 13 times, people. He knows she's guilty. He's heard the recordings. People, they dropped my criminal charges because they got an unsealed transcript that admitted that Francina lied about every word she said. People, you think I'm lying? Hold on. You know what? We're going to go show you the email from Darren Albanese. Because people, everybody thinks that Clayton Howard's a liar. People, I've been in touch with the Richmond County DA's office. I've spoke to the head of criminal. My lawyer spoke to the head of criminal, who happens to be Darren Albanese. People, I want to read you the email from Darren Albanese, and I want you to tell me if I'm crazy. I want you to tell me if I'm crazy. There we go. That's Mr. Darren Albanese right there. Let's find Darren Albanese. Should be. I hate this thing, people. All these lawyers. Hold on. Oh, this is so annoying. It should be here. Because I do have an email contact specifically to this guy. Give me 1 second, people. I want to show you this. I need to show you how right there. There we go. Let's get him out of here. There we go. Now, people, this email is from Darren Albanese. Darren Albanese is the head of criminal prosecution for the Richmond County DA's office, and this is a letter to my attorney from I think it's September of last year. Good afternoon, Mr. Operator. I received your word from Courtney Chase and ADA Gabrielle Giovanzio of a request for my office to review more closely the case against your client, Mr. Clayton Howard. The matter involves allegations of aggravated harassment involving a former intimate partner, Francina Evans. My understanding is that there have been prior allegations and past arrests where Ms. Evans was arrested. It was also brought to my attention that Mr. Howard currently has a family court order of protection issued out of Essex County, New Jersey against Ms. Evans, and that Ms. Evans is currently facing felony charges for burglary pertaining to an incident where Mr. Howard is the complainant. ADA Giovanni and I are going to personally look into these allegations, including reaching out to the appropriate individuals from Essex County. In the interim, can you please send me any materials you may have to support a disposition in this matter in favor of your client? Anything specifically from Essex County proceedings that might help us make a decision consistent with our efforts to pursue fairness, justice, and equality. Fuck you. This guy is a liar, people. Now, people, this is what happened. Let me go back to you. Let me go back. Now let me read this email from Darren Albanese again, the head of Staten Island criminal prosecutions for the Staten Island District Attorney's Office. I received word from Courtney Chase, an ADA Assistant District Attorney, Gabriella Giovanzano of a request for my office to review more closely the case against your client, Clayton Howard. The matter involves allegations of aggravated harassment involving a former incident partner, Francine Evans. My understanding is that have been prior allegations and prior arrests where Ms. Evans was arrested. It was also brought to my attention that Mr. Howard currently has a family court order of protection issued in Essex County, New Jersey against Ms. Evans, that Ms. Evans is currently facing felony charges of burglary pertaining to an incident where Mr. Howard is the complainant. ADA Giovinazzo and I are going to personally look into these allegations, including reaching out to the appropriate individuals from Essex County. In the interim, can you please send me any materials you may have to support the disposition in this matter in favor of your client? Anything specifically from Essex County proceedings might help us make a decision consistent with our efforts to pursue fairness, justice, and equality. Please feel free to run all communications through me or ADA Giovinazzo. Do not hesitate to reach out with any questions to further discuss this matter. Now, people, that right there. Oh, God. Fuck, I did it again, people. I'm sorry. I hate this program, bro. This is the email from Darren Albany's head of criminal. As you can see, people, I have conveniently blocked out his email because these sick prosecutors, when you expose them, they'll try to hit you for cyber harassment for showing their email address. Get out of here. I received word from Courtney Chase and ADA Gabriella Giovinazzo of a request for my office to review more closely the case against your client, Mr. Clayton Howard. The matter involves allegations of aggravated harassment involving a former intimate partner, Francine Evans. My understanding is that there have been prior allegations and prior arrests where Ms. Evans was arrested. It has also been brought to my attention that Mr. Howard currently has a family court order of protection issued in Essex County, New Jersey against Ms. Evans, and that Ms. Evans is currently facing felony charges of burglary pertaining to an incident where Mr. Howard is the complainant. ADA Giovanazzo and I are going to personally be looking into these matters and into these allegations, including reaching out to the appropriate individuals in Essex County. In the interim, can you please send me any materials you may have to support a disposition in this matter in favor of your client? Anything specifically from Essex County proceedings might help us make a decision consistent with our efforts to pursue fairness, justice, and equality. People, why hasn't Francina Evans been arrested for this case? People, this is ADA Darren Albany's, the head of criminal prosecution on Staten Island, people. So if I can show you an email where this guy is acknowledging something's wrong with Francina, people, they dropped the very case he's talking about. People, the case was dropped against me because they found out Francina was lying. People, why won't Staten Island arrest him? People, the case was dropped because that man found out Francina lied on me. My question is, why won't Staten Island do anything to the liar that the head of criminal prosecution on Staten Island knows is lying on me? People, help me fight the Evans family. Help me fight injustice. People, help me stop this and get this sick girl away from me. On behalf of Justice and Operation Rock, people, donate to fight racism and injustice. Help me launch my campaign of justice against the Richmond County DA's office. Don't help Francina fund a war of harassment against a man she was exposed to have lied on to the police. People, I'm going to post this email online so everyone can see it. People, Staten Island knows that Francina lied on me. They just won't do anything about it.